Alright, I think I'm recording. So, my name's Chris, and I play Tron pretty regularly. This is my current list. I haven't changed it a whole lot since I've been starting to track it. I kind of wanted to see an overall widespread view of how the deck does against various matchups. So I've tracked it for, I don't know, 5 or 6 leagues now, and overall my win percentage is really good. So I just want to kind of share it, do a little recording. We are playing Tron, so so we've got these. There's a couple different variations of Tron. This one's kind of a mix between Murasa and Dinrova Tron. And what I mean by that is that your main way you're going to win is typically like the way that Murasa wins, but you do kind of have a backup Dinrova Horror here for the control matchups, where you can just bounce their lands, like start bouncing their lands really early, and then kind of just finish them off with Ulamog's Crusher. I prefer Ulamog's Crusher here because I can get it back with Pulse, and I've got 3 Mnemonic Walls to kind of rebuy all the Pulses and Ghostly Flickers and whatnot. Same digging package as you would normally see in like a Dinrova type build, but with the burn mixed in from the Murasa type build. So of all the burn choices, we've got Electrickery, and this is for elves, boggles, whatever you want to call it. And any kind of like game ones against like Boros. And you got Electrostatic Bolts, which are the instant speed kill. It's 2 damage versus like 3 damage for like Lightning Bolt instead. But the bonus to this one is it can just kill Mirror Enforcers randomly. So at instant speed, and that's really good. Then we got the 4 Flame Slashes because it's just the cheapest, best removal. And then we got 4 Expedition maps. I mean, most people don't play the 4 Expedition maps. Like they'll play 2 and like 2 crop rotations or whatever, but Expedition maps are very important. You can fetch out like some of these utility lands, like Remote Outage Cycle or the Fengraf to rebuy a creature, or just normally just dig out your Tron pieces. I used to play like a Bajuka Bog in here, but I found that I need the fixing with the 3 grottos more than a Bajuka Bog. So and then we've got Prohibit to just kind of like Flang or Carapace Borders or Delver or Augur Bolas, just random things. I would play a mix of Moment's Peace and Tangle, and this is because Tangle is generally better, and we can rebuy it with 3 Mnemonic Walls. So in matchups where Tangle is really good, like against red deck wins, you can just Tangle and then make your land drop, maybe kill a thing, then rebuy the Tangle with a Mnemonic Wall, and that's enough to, that buys you 2 turns every time you cast a Tangle. And sometimes the deck is really mana hungry because you've got like flashback on the Forbidden Alchemy, and you can't afford to take 2 turns off spending all your mana on Moment's Peace. But sometimes Moment's Peace is just better because you can flash it back and you don't have a wall in your hand, or they killed all your walls or something. Then we've got the 2 Ghostly Flickers, obviously, and actually, a lot of the games that I win come down to Ghostly Flickering 2 Mnemonic Walls and just rebuying all these value spells, and your opponent just can't really come back from that. Pulse of Murasa is obviously just a fantastic card, and use it to counteract what Burn's doing, to rebuy your evoked Mulldrifters. It's just great in general, And then if you loop Pulse of Murasa with Mnemonic Wall, you just pulse a wall and then replay the wall, and then the wall dies again, and you just pulse it again, and it's an infinite loop. 4 drops with Deep Analysis, and this is kind of like the anti-control, or to maybe just help you dig deeper. It's just generally a good card. This could just be like a compulsive research too, and it's probably just about the same value, but I kind of like the double buyback of Deep Analysis. I can like out card advantage Delver no matter what. And then Teachings, of course, to rebuy any one of these awesome instants. Like I said, I've got 3 Mnemonic Walls because a lot of decks just kind of plan on you having 2 and maybe a little Crypt Incursion you or something, and you rid of 2 of your walls, and you play the 3rd, and they're like, oh man, I don't know what to do now. 4 Mulldrifters because Mulldrifter's good, and then the Singleton Condescend. I used to play a lot more Condescends, but it's so bad against so many decks that, one's good, it's great. You can scry the things you don't want to the bottom, but I think it's better to just play 1 Prohibit and 1 Condescend. And those are both, main decks. You want 2 counters for, because if you can start rebuying flickering your walls and getting a Prohibit and a Condescend, they really just can't play anything important anymore. So that's it for the main deck. And to the sideboard, we've got a pretty versatile sideboard here. Dispel for any control matchups or burn or anything that's really trying to counter your counters. Blue-black typically is the one that'll bring in Dispel for. 4 Hydroblast, because red deck wins and burn are pretty hard matchups without them. Electrickery again for Elves or Delver. Shamans for Affinity. Pyroblast for any other blue deck that tries to play Mulldrifters or counter your stuff like Delver. Pyroblast are great removal for Delver because it just kills anything and counters things like Stormbound Geist. Swirling Sandstorm is, I'm kind of mixed on this. It's like, sometimes it's really, really good when it's good, but sometimes it just sits dead in your hand because you can't fill your graveyard fast enough. I'm not really sure if this is a good enough card to play, but I've been playing it. Sometimes it just outright wins games. Like it's things like Elves that are a little bit slower, but not necessarily too slow. Got another Moments piece on the sideboard for any really aggressive decks like Stompy or red deck wins. I'll screen this in. I think it gets quite weenie because sometimes I can just kind of overwhelm the board. Another Dinrova Horror for the control matchups, and the Wretched Gryff are kind of the same deal. The difference is Dinrova comes in against like anything that's playing Karu lands, and then Wretched Gryff comes up against also those, except for it also plays Delver. Comes in against Delver because no matter what happens, they can't. You're going to get a card off the Wretched Gryff. So. A couple things that are missing from this deck that you might notice is that I don't have any Seagate Oracles. I think they're just bad. Same thing with like Hydroblast. They just don't do enough to stop what they're designed to stop, right? Like people are putting them in there because they think it stops aggro. No, it doesn't really stop aggro. They'll just push it out of the way or play like a Heel Cutter or put a Rancor on their thing, and it just doesn't do enough. So I've just nixed those completely and just gone with this hybrid build that's good against. It's okay against it's most aggro decks, and it's better against Affinity, it's better against Delver, which are much more common to see. And sometimes like the Stompy decks, I'm kind of debating whether this is just kind of a lost win percentage, but I haven't played enough against no Stompy decks to know exactly what I'm missing here. Stompy is the hardest matchup pretty much by far, and then nothing else I can play has a negative win percentage. So Affinity is like a 60%, Delver's a 75%. I think Mono Blue Delver's a little bit worse than Blue Red. I think Mono Blue I'm only like a 60% instead of 75%. Like Blue Red Delver's just, you can't beat this deck. Well, I mean, you can with Red Ninja Draw and everything. But anyway, it's win percentages are good, and I'm gonna report a league with this thing and see how it rolls. And I guess that's it. Let me know what you guys think.